I mean, I felt great for 3.5 quarters. I felt great for pretty much 3 hours and about not 3 hours, about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And then invariably you lose games that are impossible to lose. This game was impossible for the Bears to lose today with what they did. There were plus 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions, one forced fumble. They piddled away the 2 opportunities they had in the first half when they had those turnovers. Those are the times that you've got to capitalize. You possessed the ball for 40 minutes. You outrushed the team that was one of the best rushing teams in the NFL. You had their quarterback looking befuddled. And what did you do? The last 2 possessions they had, when you had to stop them, when you had to put something on them, you let them go. You let them just march down the field like it was nothing. The prevent defense prevents you from winning. That's exactly what it did. And if I'm the Bears in that locker room, I'm disgusted. I am. I'm disgusted at what happened in that game. You look left and you look right in that locker room. Yes, individuals made some plays during the game. Yes. Yeah, there were opportunities. You capitalize on some of those opportunities. But Jalen Johnson down on the goal line there. You make that game 14-0. Instead, it's tied 7-7 after you drop an interception that was going to go back for a touchdown. That's a good play. You defended the ball. You cut in front of him. You knocked the ball down. Boom. A great play would have been catching it and returning it for a touchdown. That's a great play. There's a cornerback in Dallas that intercepted a pass today and returned it for a touchdown. That's his 4th one this year. That's a great player. That's a great player right there. That guy for Dallas is a great cornerback. But when you cut the receiver off, you've got the ball in your hands and you drop it, it's a good play.
Right.
For a good cornerback. A good cornerback made a good play there. But a great corner didn't make a great play. And that would have helped solidify things for you as you move forward. The other thing, Carmen and I always say, Peggy, you and I say it too, field goals are not touchdowns. Okay, the Bears scored 6 times. The Bears scored 6 times. The Detroit Lions scored 4 times. But when you multiply by 3, it's not like multiplying by 7. When you multiply by 7, there's good things happening for your football team. When you multiply by 3, there's okay things happening for your football team. They're not great. They're okay things. Do you think Cairo Santos is a sad man on the plane going home today? No. Why?
No.
He's 4-4.
Right.
Happy little camper. I did my job. Little short snapper did his job. The holder did his job. They're not sad. The object of the NFL and playing games is to win games. I don't care how you win them. It's to win games. And that offense came on the field in the 4th quarter at the end there, and I'm like, look at them. After that beautiful, long drive that led to a field goal, they got the ball back, and I'm like, and they had to run the clock out. The other team had 3 timeouts. Your defense just let you march down the field. It looked like Sherman's March to the Sea, for heaven's sake. That's how bad it was. And what'd you do? You barely fought them. You played the prevent. You missed tackles. Tremaine Edmonds can't. Time is of the essence. Tremaine Edmonds can't bring a guy down. I'm paying this guy $17.5 million, probably more. You can't make a tackle in the middle of the field. The guy can't even see you. You find a way to miss him. It's not one thing. It's a bunch of series of small things that ends up defeating the Chicago Bears today. And, man, I can't believe how good of a mood I was in I was in such a good mood. I was walking around here and it felt like somebody kicked me right in the nuts. That's exactly what this thing felt like. A big old nut kicker. That's what I got as my prize for watching 2 hours and 45 minutes of football. So happy. I was so joyous. There were people around Chicagoland and the greater Chicago metropolitan area that were feeling fantastic about a Sunday. All right, here we go. This is something that we can propel ourselves off of. This is something we can utilize for the rest of the year. And what do you say now? You can't. You can't use this game for anything. There's another 4th quarter collapse at the hand of the Detroit Lions is what it is. It's a collapse. a quarterback that was looking for an excuse to lose on the other side. And what'd you do? You pumped life back into him. You brought the paddles out and says, don't worry, boom. We're going to play the softest defense in the world, and we're going to give you all the confidence you need to beat us. Just horrific.
Back to back 75-yard drives they gave up.
I'm sick to my stomach.
With 4:15 left in the game.
It's sickening.
And a 26-14 lead. Back to back 75-yard drives to the Lions.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of the defense?
Eberflus. And then you look around, and those guys are trying to call plays. Nobody's paying attention to Laporta. TJ Edwards is looking back toward the coaching staff to see what the call is. Like you guys would never thought you'd be in a situation where you got to hold the lead with less than 2 minutes left. You're looking to the sidelines. Laporta's in motion. There he goes. And you're late out there. It was one after the other. It's like nobody's ever been in a situation where they thought the game was going to be a close, and nobody has ever thought through the process. Oh, my God. Like I said, for 2 hours and 45 minutes, I had a smile on my face in there. I'm like, this is it. Yes, look at the way they're playing. The chip on the shoulder. Everything that I talked about. And then at the end of the day, what'd they do? Yep, that's exactly what they did. But anybody wants to tell me there was something positive today? Go blow it out your keister. I'm not interested. I am not interested in somebody telling me there was anything positive today. My joy has been sullied. My good feelings and good tidings for this upcoming Thanksgiving, I give thanks for nothing. Okay, that's what I'm giving thanks for. Nothing. I'm upset the fact that I'm going to have agita the rest of the night. But probably getting an ulcer right now watching this football team. If I wasn't paid to have to watch these guys, I probably wouldn't watch them. That's how much agita they bring. It's awful, Peggy.
Oh, I know. I was
it's
watching.
Terrible. We're there. We're feeling good. We're high-fiving. Woo! Here we go. And what do I get? Prevent defense. And then when Justin Fields and that offense came back on the field, I said, look at them. Look, there's no way in hell they've got a chance to do anything here. Look at them. They came out there defeated. They're ready to hand their swords over. Are you kidding me? You remember the movie Stripes when they're in Czechoslovakia and they're on the, they're in the truck, and all of a sudden they get caught at the borderline, and John Candy's going, here, take the guns, pass them forward, guys. Go ahead, get all the guns up here. Surrender. They're surrendering. That's what it looked like. That's the look on their face. Surrender. Well, man, we're probably not going to win this one here. Well, whatever. It's just awful. Awful. Oh, Peggy. I don't know what to tell you. It's terrible.
They had an opportunity for Matt Eberflus to have a signature win.
Signature victory.
This
for
has
Justin
signature
Fields.
Win and Justin
Fields to have a signature win.
Exactly right. Exactly right. The two guys under the most scrutiny this year, Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus, had
how about the big ball?
The opportunity.
How about the big ball? The big ball to Scott there on the third down play. They said, screw it, we're going to pass it. That's a great pass. What'd Scott do? Why did he slow down?
Slowed up, yeah.
He turned down and he slowed up.
To catch up to.
And then
he tried to locate the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you never turned and still been sprinting? You turn, you locate the ball. He looked like a deer in the headlights. Oh, I got to make a play. Oh, it's up there. And then all of a sudden he got paralyzed.
I'd like to see that video again because I think DJ Moore was also open. Yeah. And you didn't have to go for the big bomb to the rookie in the biggest moments of the game.
Yeah, but he was open.
Go to
and the ball
DJ
was
Moore.
there.
Who do you trust more?
DJ Moore, obviously. Right. Scott had a fumble earlier in the game.
Right.
Like he was morphing into Velus Jones in front of our eyes, which is a problem.
Meanwhile, David Montgomery is the one that gets revenge this time around on the Bears. He ends up with 76 yards rushing. The leading rusher in this game, Justin Fields. 104 yards rushing in his return after 4 games off. Justin Fields returns. He had the opportunity. He had the game in his hands.
And listen, let me tell you, Hutchinson didn't do crap all game.
Oh, he complained all game.
Nothing. That's all he did was cry. He cried. Not a player, not an elite player. Don't worry. After 4 years, they'll be making the decision to move on from him. He can't do anything. And at the point where we've seen Justin climb the pocket, he stood, he was looking left for a little bit too long. It resulted in a sack, a strip fumble. And fortunately, they kicked it out of bounds. Otherwise, it's a touchdown, and there's not even a Bears cover. If you bet the Bears, you wouldn't have had a cover today if it wasn't for 58 kicking the damn ball out of the end zone. Peg, there's nothing positive here. All the good stuff that we had seen, at the end of the day, when you lose, it doesn't matter. It's like being in a lead in a race all day, and you're running, and then you stop short of the finish line, and then somebody passes you, like what happened in the marathon one time. And then somebody passes you, they win, they cross because, I thought it's at the finish line. No, the finish line is when it says 0, 0, 0.
That's right.
That's the finish line. You can't be winning after 56 minutes and think, oh, look at what we did. Oh, God, it's so bad. I wanted to be able to talk about a win all week.
This game, we're talking about the same things we talked about last year.
Yeah.
Finishing.
Yep.
Justin Fields in his return, 104 yards rushing, 169 yards passing. He finishes with a 105.2 passer rating. And now he has 6 games left to prove what? That he can finish a ball game. That he can.
Well, I thought he did when he hit the touchdown to DJ Moore. I thought, look at him, that he's finishing the ball game.
But like you said,
you're
game wasn't over yet.
Yep, you're relying upon each other. You are reliant upon each other to finish games. And boy, they found a way to disappoint. They found a way to disappoint today. Yeah, dare I say they didn't play complimentary football today?
No.
I mean, that's what we tried to play complimentary football. We did for 56 minutes, and then we crapped the bed at the end. Is that what I'm going to hear?
Listen, in the pregame show, there was a lot of support that we heard from Ryan Poles, early this week too, in regards to Matt Eberflus.
You have to win.
That's exactly right.
It's about winning.
It's not about
winning.
Nice guys.
Yeah.
It's not about someone who instills a system and teaches these guys about being professionals. In the end, you're coaching in the National Football League.
I mean,
you have to win games.
I see it. 40 minutes time possession. You outrushed them. You were +3. To lose a game that you do that in it's impossible. It's impossible to lose a game like this. And yet they did it.
4 takeaways in this game.
Yeah.
3 interceptions of Jared Goff, who came into the game, one of the quarterbacks that least likely to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And he had 5 interceptions coming into the game, and you intercept him 3 times.
It's got to lead to victory. It can't be a loss.
You have 185 yards rushing on one of the best run defenses in the National Football League. It defies logic you lose this game.
And you shut Jared Goff down all day, but in the last 2 possessions, you allow him to get 100 yards.
Right.
I don't get it.
Because you have to play 60 minutes. You have to play 4 quarters. The game didn't end when you scored to make it 26-14. The clock wasn't run out at that point.
He threw for 236 yards, 136 yards before the final 2. So through 56 minutes, he didn't throw for anything.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, when you softened everything up and you forgot how to tackle and you forgot how to keep people in bounds,